Okay, I've seen this topic come up a couple times, so I wanted to make a quick video since I'm converting this site anyway to HTTPS. So I'm installing an SSL certificate. The certificate's actually already set up, so you can purchase it from your host, or in my case I'm using a free SSL certificate through cPanel. But anyway, get a hold of me if you want details on how to get an SSL certificate for your host. But I've already got that, so assume it's already done. And the way you test to see if it's going to work before you do anything in WordPress, so your host company says, your SSL certificate has been installed. The way to test that is to take the URL like here and type in the https:// in front of it and hit enter. And you'll see the site loads up. If it does not load up or it gives you a big warning sign, then that means the SSL certificate is not working. So here's another site that does not have SSL, and I'm going to do the same thing, and you'll see the warning that Firefox gives me. If I type that in, it says connection not secure. If you use Google Chrome, it'll give you a big red screen saying it's not safe. So if that happens, don't do anything in WordPress, don't update anything, because that means something's not right. Your SSL certificate is not working. So back to this site. This one is working. I type in the S and it works, right? But we're not done because this isn't green and it still has this little I next to it in the circle. And if you click on this, it'll tell you your connection is not fully secure. So that's what this video is about. We're going to get it fully secure. So the first thing you do is go into your dashboard here. Oh, I'm going to have to sign back in. And you're going to go to your settings, wherever that is. There we go. Alright, so first thing, WordPress address. You're going to add that S. Everything else stays the same. Same thing for site address. Add that S. And then you go down, and when you save, you will be kicked out. You'll be logged out of the site. There we go. So I'll have to sign back in again here. Alright, so that's great. So on some pages you might see this green secure, like when you're logged in the back end, this is secure. But when I go to visit the site on the front side, you'll see I still get that your connection is not fully secure. And the reason for that is that some of your pictures and things, resources, might not have that in the actual HTML. And the best way to do that in Chrome here, if I press Control-U, it'll show me the code for the page, right? And what you can do is search for anything that's not secure. So if you press Control-F for find, it brings up this little search box. And I could search for http:// and this will give me everything that's not HTTPS, right? And you'll see there's 30 results on this page. And the very first one here is this OGP. That's nothing to worry about because that's not actually a resource on my page. So if you see anything about OG, that's probably okay. So if you go down a little bit more, though, you'll see this one, OG image, and this is HTTP and then this web address. So we want to fix that. Same thing with, if we go down a little further, things like this. You've got like a background image. The URL is this domain, mamafitforlife.com. And so what we want to do is change all of these to S, or at least all the ones with our URL in them. And so I'm going to close this tab. The easiest way to do that is to go to your dashboard here, and we're going to go install a plugin called Better Search Replace. And I already have it installed on this installation. So if you don't have it, you can just go to Plugins, Add New, and search for Better Search Replace. It's a great little plugin. It's very easy to use. And now I'm going to go to, once it's installed and activated, go to Tools, Better Search Replace. Alright, so what we're going to do is search for http://mamafitforlife.com. Alright, so you're going to type in your URL. Without the S, you're going to search for that, and then you can copy and paste here. And I want to replace that. Every time it says that, I want to replace it with the one with the S, so I added the S in there. And then the way to select all the tables here is Control A. We'll select all of them. So you select the first one, then hit Control A, or if you're on a Mac, Command A, and it'll select all the tables. Let's see. I usually check these last two, or this middle box, and uncheck the last one. I'm not worried about the dry run thing because I know I've spelled this correctly, and I know I've spelled the replacement correctly. So if you're unsure, you can always leave that checked, run a dry run first. But I already know I spelled it right because I'm double checking, and I've got all the tables selected. So I'm going to hit run, and this can take a minute or two. And it's just searching the entire site looking for, Mama Fit for Life here without the S. And it's just replacing it with the S. And this works pretty well. It doesn't get 100% of everything every time, but it does a good job and usually gets all of it. Alright, so up here you'll see the results when it's done. It says it found 45, or it searched 45 tables. It updated 4,038 cells. Pretty nice. Alright, so it did all that. Now I'm going to go visit the site on the front end again. And hey, look at that. It's green, secure, HTTPS. So what you want to do is look for any remaining problems. So go to each page on your site. And if that secure and the green goes away, then you just do that same thing, that Control U, search for the unsecure items, and then find where that's coming from. So if it's a manual code you typed in somewhere or something in a plugin that you typed in, you might have to go fix that. But the better search replace does like 99% of it. I've had great luck with it. Okay, so that's all well and good, but you still want to redirect all traffic that's trying to come in on HTTP and force it to go to secure. WordPress does okay at this, and you don't have to do this last step, but it's very easy, and I want to just show you real quick. So InMotion Hosting has this page that I always use, and it's got the code right here that you need to put in your htaccess file. So I'm just going to select this, copy it, and then you go to your cPanel, go to the File Manager here, and I think I've been logged in too long. Let's see. Oh, no, there we go. Alright, so in your public HTML file, or your root directory, you find your .htaccess, and you want to edit that. And you just add it right at the beginning here, and then replace the example.com here with your website. So in my case, it's mamafitforlife.com. Alright, make sure it's spelled correctly, of course, because it will redirect traffic. So this is forcing anything on port 80, which is normal websites, to HTTPS, and then save changes. And that is it. You can close this, close all that out, and we're good. Now, any traffic from a web browser is going to be forced to be secure on your site. And that's it. So now you've got that security and everything is hunky-dory. Alright, thanks for watching. Hope this helped.